kick things off with a pop quiz. What do vampires, mole people, and that one guy in your office who insists sunscreen is just big pharma nonsense have in common? They all avoid the sun like it's a tax audit. Let's focus on that last one. You know the type. He swears that slathering your skin in chemical goop is just a ploy to sell overpriced lotion and that humans were meant to roast in the sun because ancestors. Ah yes, the old evolution didn't invent banana boat, so it must be unnatural argument. Classic. Here's the problem with that logic. Evolution also didn't invent eyeglasses, but we don't see folks tossing out their specs to go full Mr. Magoo. Just because something is modern doesn't mean it's a con. So let's ask the real question. Do humans actually need sunscreen? And does it significantly reduce the risk of skin cancer? Well, grab your beach towels and overinflated flamingo floaties, because the answer is a big, clinical, peer-reviewed yes. Let's start with the heavy hitters. A large population-based cohort study, you know, the kind of study where researchers follow real people over time, not lab rats or AI avatars, found that using sunscreen with SPF 15 or higher was associated with a roughly 33% reduction in melanoma risk compared to using SPF under 15. That's not a rounding error. That's a third fewer people dealing with the most aggressive form of skin cancer. And guess what? This wasn't just a Scandi summer effect. Even in areas with high sun intensity, the protective benefit of high SPF held strong. UV rays don't take a break just because you're closer to the equator. Now let's talk gold standard. Randomized controlled trials. You know, the studies that are like the Marvel blockbusters of the scientific world. The Nambor trial, a randomized controlled trial so famous in dermatology circles it might as well have an IMDb page, found that daily sunscreen application over 10 years significantly reduced the incidence of melanoma. 10 years, not 10 days. This wasn't some flash-in-the-pan result, it was a decade-long skincare smackdown. And for those who like their skin cancer in bulk, consider this. Another randomized controlled trial found that regular sunscreen use reduced squamous cell carcinoma, another fun member of the skin cancer family, by nearly 40% compared to folks who wore it like a fashion accessory. Occasionally, and incorrectly. 40%. That's almost half the risk, evaporated with just a squeeze and a slather. But I tried sunscreen once and still got burned. Yes, Karen, because putting on a dollop the size of a Tic Tac at 9 a.m. and then spending 6 hours sunbathing like a rotisserie chicken does not qualify as proper usage. Let's science this. Sunscreen's effectiveness depends on proper use. That means enough product applied evenly to all exposed skin and reapplying every 2 hours or after swimming or sweating like a guilt-ridden politician. This isn't magic, it's maintenance. Now here's where it gets spicy. Some observational studies report mixed results, and skeptics like to parade these around like they've unlocked the Da Vinci Code. But here's the catch. These studies often include people who don't use sunscreen properly or who think that once they've applied it, they're immortal and can lie in the sun until they smell like grilled corn. This is called risk compensation, basically people being dumb. It's not sunscreen's fault you turned yourself into human jerky. Want to go bigger? Public health modeling, aka science's version of a crystal ball, suggests that if more people actually use sunscreen correctly and regularly, we could see a reduction in melanoma incidence by 10-11% across the population. That's not a minor win. That's potentially saving thousands of lives, reducing healthcare costs, and sparing people from looking like leather handbags by age 50. And before someone says, but sunscreen is just one of many sun protection methods. Sure, but it's the most accessible one. Hats? Great, but good luck covering your ears and neck. Shade? Fantastic until you realize the sun moves and that tree canopy isn't GPS tracked. Sunscreen is portable, reliable, and doesn't require landscaping. Now here's a kicker. Usage isn't equal across demographics. Some groups are way less likely to use sunscreen regularly. This isn't just about laziness, it's about education, access, and cultural norms. But regardless of your background, the UV rays don't care. They're equal opportunity DNA disruptors. So if public health campaigns want to make a dent, they need to meet people where they are and explain that sunscreen isn't just for beach days. It's for any day your skin meets sunlight. In conclusion, yes, humans really do need sunscreen. And no, it's not just some fussy cosmetic ritual. It's literal cancer prevention, according to data so solid you could exfoliate with it. It's a clinically proven, evidence-backed RCT-endorsed tool that literally prevents cancer. Not metaphorically, not in some cases. In every case where people actually use it right. So next time you hear someone say, I don't need sunscreen, I don't burn, just smile and hand them a copy of the Nambor trial. Or better yet, direct them to this channel. And speaking of this channel, subscribe, like, and comment with the weirdest thing you've used for sun protection. Tinfoil, a paper menu, a large dog? We want to know. Keep your skin smooth, your myths shattered, and your SPF high. This has been the Debunkers. Now go forth and slather wisely.